Okay, so all right, let's start. So this is approximately delayed by 1 hour. It's a 30-minute delay, but I'm about 30 minutes late starting the stream. It's approximately an hour behind the live action. Okay, Jack Queen offsuit. Fold. I suspect Mika's gonna fold here. Um, and probably call your small blind. Jack Queen is decent. So I predict a call from Johnny. Amygdalus simply checked. Oh no, wait, that was not big blind. That was a bet. Actually, I think that was a raise. King 5. He might think his king high is good. He didn't hit a pair. Johnny checked him, so he bets, maybe hoping to knock Johnny off the hand. Johnny has a decision here. He doesn't have a whole lot going for him. So he just folds. Which, fair enough. So we are on 9-7 suited fold. Probably fold for Queen 2 offsuit. King Queen suited. That's a decent hand. Might call or raise. See what he does. A6 suited behind him. A6 suited. Well, it's a tough spot actually because you're out of position. With a weak kicker. It is suited, but your kicker's pretty weak. So I can understand if he folds here. King 3 offsuit's probably going to fold. 3-4 offsuit probably going to fold. And 4-7 offsuit. I mean, you might want to defend your big blind. But I would understand folding there too. Yeah, I have a hard. I mean, you are on position. You are in position on. Oh, actually, Procurator had position over our trolling, but still folded. Yeah, I understand that fold. You're out of position on someone who raised, even though you're big blind. You just have horrible cards, and you're out of position. Okay, Queen 4 suited. I don't see a call here. 10 Jack offsuit. I mean, I always love playing 10 Jack. So we'll see if he gets a call. If he wants to call with that or not. Thinking about it. I mean, I you're not in a very good position. You don't have very good cards, so I don't know why it took him so long to figure that one out. Okay, he let his 10 Jack go. Jack, I see him folding this. A6, probably, if everybody folds to her, I would say she'll probably raise. Um, yeah, there's only one person who has position on her, and he might have, I mean, we see he has bad cards, but from her perspective, she probably assumes he may have bad cards and he might just fold it, which he does. Fold, I see that. That's a tough call. King 4 offsuit. I mean, you have a king high, so you might just want to defend your blind with that, which he chooses. He hit his king. He can get into trouble with this, though, because she got her ace. But he has to be aware the ace is out there. And she raised, so he has to be aware that she could have very well raised with an ace. So he has to be very careful with that king, which he does, which he checks. She bets 4 million, and now he has to decide if he's going to call with his pair of kings or just let it go. He calls. And now he's out of position, and that's why it's so tough to play out of position. You know, do you want to get aggressive? I mean, does he think he's going to be able to bluff her off the hand? I doubt it. He checks. He's being careful. He actually has two pairs, so that 4 is obsolete. She checks. Again, she has two pairs too with a king kicker, so her 6 kicker is irrelevant at this point. Um, he checks his king, so now she has to decide what she wants to do. She has she has two pairs, aces and fives with the king kicker, so she doesn't have to worry about that kicker. She does have to worry about someone having ace king, but if Amygdalus had ace king, he would have raised, and that's why she bets there because she's pretty confident he doesn't have that. And now he has to decide if she has an ace or not, and if it's even if she does, well, again, the kickers are irrelevant because there's two pair, so if she has a king, it doesn't matter. So that, I mean, he's really just trying to figure out if she has an ace or not. And, you know, she could very well have an ace from his perspective. So we'll see what he does. Or if he thinks his king is good. And that was a good laydown. Makes sense. Very good chance she had an ace. But it's hard to lay a hand down after you put that much money on there into that pot. He really should have made that decision on the flop. It really did cost him. 5-9 offsuit. Probably going to fold. Ace 8. Again, she has another ace. Everyone folded to her. She's one position worse than she was last hand. So let's see if she raises again. She does. 5-9 suited. He has position on her, but those aren't very good cards. He folds. He folds. King 5 folds. 10 jack. I would call to defend this. I mean, 10 jack suited, big blind, one blind raise. Yeah, it's worth seeing a flop. He didn't get anything on that flop. Completely whiffed. She got a pair, so she has top pair. However, any pair that, I mean, there are a lot of pairs that can come out that can beat a pair of eights. So she has to decide if she wants to bet to see if she can knock him off the hand. So she bets, see if that's good enough, and it is good enough to get him out of the hand. And she takes that. So good for her. She won 2 hands in a row. You got to be feeling pretty good after that. 6-4 offsuit. I see him folding. He's in a bad position. Unless he wants to get real aggressive here with that 6-4 offsuit. 3-4 offsuit, you're not in a very good position. They are connected, but they're weak connected, and they're not suited. 10th, I see him folding that. Not very good. Ace King suited. Probably going to see a raise from him here. He's one position away from dealer. Everyone folded before him. Definitely going to raise here. Looks like, what is it? 2.5 big blinds. Pocket tens. He has position with pocket tens on someone who raised. I don't see him folding. And he re-raises. All right, strong hand, strong play there. Everyone else folds. He's all in. Ace King suited. Oh, we got some action. And he needs an ace or a king or else he is out. And he did not get it, and he's knocked out. $8,000 bounty to Amygdalus. He actually only gets a quarter of that in the end. Because Justice gets half of that, and so Amygdalus only gets 4,000 transferred to him, and then you actually only get half of the bounties you've collected. So he's only going to get a quarter of that 8,000. Still $2,000 though, so nothing to complain about. King 8 offsuit. I see her folding here. Not a very good position. Not very good cards. 5-2 is probably going to fold. 10-3 is probably going to fold. 6-9 on dealer position. If everybody folds to him, he might get aggressive and raise, but he just folds. Small blind folds, Jack 2 suited takes it. Congrats to you. It's always nice to pick up free blinds. I never complain when that happens to me, especially with garbage cards. I mean, when it happens with pocket aces, it kind of sucks because you're like, oh, come on, guys. But, so now the stream is, oh yeah, 8:20. Now it's at a pause. Here we go. Sometimes it does that. It just stops, so you got to hit that little bar there to get it work. Okay, Ace King suited. Good hands. She raises. Queen 3 offsuit. I see him folding. I mean, he just got raised. Pocket queens. I do not see Amygdalus letting this go. He might re-raise. Or let's see if he just wants to call. Dart. Ace 5 offsuit. I definitely fold that. Pocket 2s. Nah, I don't think this is time to get real aggressive with pocket 2s. And Ace 3 suited. I would say that's a fold as well. 15 million chips put in by Amygdalus. Mika has a decision to make. There's a very good chance Amygdalus is betting that with pockets. She has to be aware of that. So again, pockets have a slight edge over Ace King suited. Ace King suited is a really strong hand, but pockets do have an edge over it. So you got to be real careful playing Ace King suited, especially if someone re-raises your raise real aggressively like that. That's a strong indicator they have pockets. So, I mean, she still calls because you don't want to just let go Ace King suited so easily. Amygdalus hit his queen on the flop. A whiff for Mika here. Completely whiffed that. So now he has to love that flop. He bets, of course. He wants to build the pot. He knows she has something good, and she's not going to let go of it very easily. And so she called again. Now she has flush draw. So Amygdalus does not want to see a spade unless it's a four of spades and he has full house. She checks, but again she knows he's flush draw. Amygdalus is probably going to bet here again. She called the flop, so there's a chance she'll call the turn, right? Because she has strong cards that she doesn't want to let go. And solid 27 million chips. That's like a quarter of her, that's more than a quarter of her stack. It's getting to a third of her stack there. She calls, hoping for a flush. She didn't get a flush, but she hit the king. So this is where she can get into some real trouble. She has top pair on the board, but Amygdalus hit a set. Now, she doesn't know he hit a set, but she has some indicators that he has pockets. And so the pocket she needs to be afraid of is pocket queens, which is exactly what Amygdalus has. Amygdalus is definitely going to bet here. He just needs to figure out how he's going to size that bet. You know, there's no flush on the board. There's a possible straight with 5-7. Very unlikely Mika has a 5-7. So he goes all in. Again, Mika is not letting this hand go, and he knows that. So now he's wondering if he can just completely take her stack. That should be throwing some warning signs for Mika. He's either bluffing or he got some major hand. And she has a pair of kings. Again, she has top pair, so I can understand her calling this. But it's... And she does, and she's knocked out. Again, that's a tough spot to be in. You know, you hate to see it. Fold, 7-9 suited. I don't know, I'd probably fold that, but we'll see what he does. They're suited. 10-8 offsuit. Dealer position. If everyone folds around to you in your dealer position, I mean, that's always a good chance to just jam some chips in and see if you can fold the rest. Or just, which he did. He raised 10-8 offsuit. See if he can knock these other two off and pick up some free blinds. He has an ace, and he knows what our trolling might be up to here. So he's wondering if he should call, but ace-2 is not a very strong hand to call from when you're out of position. So he folds it. Queen-8, not very good hand either, but you're already in for one big blind, and I think he did 2.5 or 1.5 for a raise. Hit nothing. Johnny hit nothing. 10-8, but technically Johnny does have a better hand than our trolling, but our trolling raised pre-flop, so he can use that pre-flop aggression to continue the aggression to scare Johnny out of the hand, basically. And we'll see if he does that. And he does. He continues the aggression. Now Johnny has a decision to make. He has nothing here. And a completely understandable fold there. Well played by our trolling there. Okay, ace-jack suited. I suspect we're going to see a raise here, which he does. A little more than one big blind raise. Ace-10 offsuit dealer position. I completely understand the call here. I don't know if you should re-raise, but I can understand the call. We'll see how aggressive he wants to be. King-7 offsuit. I probably suspect he'll fold that. Pocket fours. Oh, he folded. Okay, he doesn't want any of that. He says, no, I'm not going to play the ace-10. Pocket fours, I mean, depends on how aggressive you're feeling. Technically, pocket fours does have an advantage over ace-jack suited here, and it is still the winning hand. So he's in. He didn't hit a set, but he does have the winning hand. He just needs to figure out if Dart has a king or not. Dart, pre-flop aggressor, has a good chance to c-bet here. He's in position. He doesn't. He just checks. Amygdalus needs to know if he wants to just check again and hope it can check to the river, because he knows that Dart has a real strong position here, especially when it comes to just straight up betting and trying to knock Amygdalus off the hand. A 6 didn't change anything because there's already a 6 on the board. But we'll see what Dart wants to do. He checks again. Maybe Dart is hoping he could check it to the river and just take it down that way. Again, 5 comes out. Amygdalus has a decision. Again, this is why it's tough to play out of position, because the opponent can always just come in and bluff behind you. He bets 4. I think that's a protection bet, blocker bet. He doesn't want Dart to think he could just come and roll in with a bluff and knock him off the hand. However, he's probably putting Dart on an ace as well, so he's thinking maybe Dart is just playing with ace high and didn't hit any of those. And Dart folds. I mean, Dart was not indicating he wanted to be aggressive or put any chips in or had hit anything. So I think Amygdalus picked up on that and just bet into it. King Jack suited, not a very good position. Good cards, so he raises. Jack 6 offsuit, I don't see him calling. I don't see 7-9 offsuit calling all either. Even though you're dealer position, there's aggression before you. Risky situation to get into with something like 7-9 offsuit. Ace 10 offsuit, you're small blind, but someone raised before you. I could understand a call here, but you're out of position. 9-10 offsuit is not very good either. Oh, he raises. Okay. He's more aggressive with ace 10 offsuit than Procurator was. King Jack suited, you just got, oh my gosh, that's a huge raise too. Wow. For ace 10, that was some bold play there. Maybe he had a real good read on Bird Gang here. Okay, ace 4 offsuit, horrible position. I see a fold here. Queen 3 offsuit, Queen 2 offsuit. I'd say those are both gonna fold. Again, Amygdalus played that ace 10 offsuit real aggressive last hand, so he'll probably be aggressive with ace 10 suited in dealer position. I suspect he's gonna raise, especially since everyone just folded to him. Probably gonna do a good raise and possibly push everyone else off the hand. Bird Gang got Jack King again, but they're not suited this time. The raise wasn't as aggressive as the last one, though. So he's already in for big blinds. Oh, he's like, I'm tired of getting pushed around. I'm not going to take it. He's bleeding chips. He's almost out of chips. Oh, what a beautiful flop for Migdalis. That's it. Bird Gang is knocked out. Good game to Bird Gang. Now, see, it does this sometimes. 17-21. Sometimes you just got to hit that little thing there and wake it back up. 6-2 suited. Nah, horrible position. I say he's going to fold. 9-3 offsuit. Yeah, I say he's going to fold. Ace 4 offsuit in dealer position. I would raise here. You might just push Arturo in off the hand. King 9 offsuit already in for a big blind. 1.5 more. Well, not a little bit more than one big blind to defend. Yeah, I understand that. You don't just want to let that go. You're already committed by one big blind. Didn't get anything, and he was raised. He has to be aware that his king might not be good here. His king high might not be good. Good opportunity for Dart to continuation bet here, but we haven't seen that kind of aggression from Dart so far. But we see it now. Good opportunity here for him. He takes advantage of it and pushes him off the hand. But he did have the better hand too. So it was a good fold by Arturo, and no reason to chase anything there. Fold King 8. I would say he's going to fold 8-4. Is probably going to fold Ace King. Oh, he's not letting go. You know, Amygdalus is a little more aggressive pre-flop than I would expect him to be. I would say Ace King might re-raise this. He's out of position, but you do have some solid cards. Now he just flat calls. 5-7 offsuit. There's aggression before you. You are big blind and there's action. So maybe you can call the one big blind and see if you get anything, hit anything on the flop. So I actually understand a call here. He folded. He would have hit the 5. And he actually would have had the lead there. Yeah, because no one else hit anything. King 8 offsuit. He's way dominated right now in this position. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's it. It's over. Ace King's definitely going to win this. King 8. He needs to figure out what he's going to do. He can bluff it. And that was probably his last chance to bluff. Arturolin seems content with just checking it to the river at this point, even after hitting that ace. He might bet here to see if he can collect some value. He probably suspects he has Amygdalus beat. Amygdalus didn't bet on the flop, so he probably doesn't have a 10. But again, he could be slow playing a 10. I don't know why you would, though. That seems a bit risky. And bet, pot size bet, that's definitely enough to get him to fold. He's king 8. That doesn't have anything. Jack 7 offsuit, probably going to fold pocket aces. I don't see pocket aces folding here. He might flat call to try and slow play them, but I think this is a good chance to raise. Slow playing pocket aces is asking for trouble sometimes. He raises. I don't see them calling. Maybe big blind will call, but I don't see that call either. It's tough to make a call like that with 9-6 offsuit, but he might. I mean, he's out of position, and he just folds. You hate to see it. You got your pocket aces, and everybody just folds. But sometimes it happens. You got to be careful. I mean, you can try and slow play pocket aces, but you really got to be careful doing that. You get a bunch of people in the hand, they're gonna hit all kinds of things, and your pocket aces just might not be that good anymore. 9-8 offsuit dealer position, everybody folded to you. Here's a good chance to show some aggression or to just call knowing you have position. So we'll see what he does. He just folds. Didn't want any of it. Small blind, 8-6 suited. Good chance to call, but again, if you call, there's a chance he'll raise you, which is always annoying. He can raise here to maybe push Johnny Utah off, or he can, which he does. He 7-4 suited, not very good. But he's like, well, I can knock you off the hand, which is exactly what he did. And he picked up some blinds there and some antes. So good for him. 9-2 offsuited. I don't see him doing anything but folding here. 9-2 offsuited again. I see that, he's in dealer position, but we'll see. We'll see how Johnny Utah handles dealer position. He folds it. Ace-6 offsuit. I see a raise here. I mean, there's only one other person in the hand. You got an ace. Oh, he just flat calls. Dart, let's see what he does. I mean, he can raise, but raising with Jack 7 offsuit, that's bold. And Dart didn't hit anything. Amygdalus, his ace is still good. He just checks. So he's content with the check there. He's not going to build the pot, show any kind of aggression. Dart may have hit a pair. Dart bets, which is really his only chance to take this down. Let's see if Amygdalus is buying the narrative. He doesn't buy it. He says, no, I think I still got you beat. Oh, Amygdalus is gut shot straight here. If he gets a 7, he'll have a straight. If Dart gets a 6, he'll have a straight. So they're actually both straight draw, which is some incentive for them to check it down again to see one more card. No, he continues the aggression. He probably knows the only way he's going to win this is if he bluffs and knocks Amygdalus off the hand. Amygdalus has a tough decision here now. I mean, aggression and then and then the aggression continued. And again, this is why it's always tough to play out of position, because your opponent can always do this to you and put you in a tough spot. And that was enough for Dart to take it. Ace-5 suited. Not a good position here. Procurator hasn't been showing a lot of aggression, even in rough, even with aces. But he's running out of chips. He might just shove here because, he's really low on chips. 20 big blinds? Well, okay. You still have enough to play, but it's starting to get low on chips here. Queen 8 offsuit. Yeah, well, okay, he defends. He defends his blind. Oh, hit the queen. Good for Artur Roland. Ace 5 suited has a decision to make. Flush draw. He might just check to see if he's gonna get that flush, or he might bet to knock out Trolling off. But I don't think our Trolling will fold, not with the queen. So he bets. He's building the pot, hoping to hit a flush, or hoping to knock our Trolling off. He'll probably call. He has a queen. He's a good pair. Our Trolling checks again. Probably he's content with checking. 7 didn't really change much here, unless it gave Procurator 2 pair. We know it didn't, but that's the only real risk our Trolling really has to consider. Procurator has to decide if he wants to check and get a free card, or try to bet again and see if that's enough to knock our Trolling out. Our Trolling has to indicate if he wants to stay in this hand, but he continues the aggression. He's not just going to check it to try and get a free card. He says, I'm going to get you to fold right now. Again, 7 didn't change anything. Our Trolling is trying to decide. Oh, and there is the flush. Procurator didn't need the king. Our Trolling has to see that. Jack didn't change anything, but the 3 clubs does change the calculation here. He just checks. Great opportunity for Procurator to show some aggression. He goes all in. Yeah, I mean, that's a pot-sized bet, all in. And yeah, he's like, nope. He saw the flush, and he let it go. So good insight there from our Trolling. He knew his queen was not good. Ace, queen, offsuit. Yeah, raises. I see Jack 9 folding. 6-3, I see that folding. I see a fold, but I can understand a call too. You might want to protect your small blind, but that's, I mean, you do have what you. No, you're out of position. The one who raised pre-flop has position on you, and he calls. He says, you know what? I'm going with my Jack 9 suited, 10-3 offsuit. I mean, there's value in this pot, but it's a really hard call to make with 10-3 offsuit. And he folds. Jack 9 suited. He is out of position. He checks again. That's why it's tough to be out of position. Great opportunity for Johnny to do a continuation bet here. And he continues. And now our Trolling is in a tough spot. Is he going to put in 2 more blinds to see a turn, to see if his hand improves? I mean, he really has nothing here. A diamond can come out on the turn, and that gives him a flush draw, but then you got to get through another hand just to see the river. Oh, he says, I'm just going to bluff you off this hand. That's what our Trolling says. And now Johnny Utah with an ace. Yeah, I would call. Oh, our Trolling gets his flush draw, but other than that, his hand has not improved. He had a hard time bluffing Johnny off on the flop. Is he going to continue to try and bluff Johnny on the turn? And if our Trolling checks, is Johnny going to continue the aggression to build the pot even more? That's the question. It really is a tough decision for our Trolling here. Does he? Because he knows if he checks, he's just letting the hand go at that point. Because then Johnny knows he has nothing. Because, oh gosh, he commits. And Johnny calls him down. Well played. And you can, yeah, he had an ace. Ace queen. He had an ace with a really strong kicker. Johnny had no option there other than bluff. But it's hard to bluff someone off a pair of aces. King 7 suited, he folds. King 8 suited. Okay. King 8 offsuit. That's a strong raise. Johnny Utah now knows amygdalus raise, but he doesn't know how weak amygdalus is. He checks. Amygdalus has a pair of 8s. Here's a good chance for him to continue his aggression. He has a pair, and he might just knock Johnny off if he continues that aggression. Johnny knows he has an 8, but he also knows amygdalus was betting strong pre-flop, or at least he raised pre-flop. So now Johnny needs to figure out if his 8 is good, which it is. Oh, ace 8, king 8. I see a lot of chips going in, and then it's going to be a split pot. There's no possibility for a flush anymore because the spade did not come out. So yeah, unless one of them folds, it's going to be a split pot. I doubt either of them are going to fold. Amygdalus probably going to show some more aggression here because he's shown some already. He just checks. He says, "I think my king." Oh, 8, 9, 10, Jack. Now they have to be afraid of a queen. So now here's some opportunity for one of the two to bluff. They might knock the other off the hand because that's a very scary Jack. Strong possibility of a straight here. And they both call, split pot, as I suspected would happen. All right, 10-2 suited. Fold, I see. Probably 8-6. I mean, everybody folded to your dealer position. Show some aggression or fold. That isn't, he just folds. Ace-9 offsuit. I would raise here. There's only one other person in the hand. You have ace-9 offsuit. That's a strong hand. He just calls. 7-9 suited. Here's a chance for Amygdalus to raise. Maybe knock Johnny off the hand. Johnny might not be buying it, though. He has position. Oh, yeah, okay. Amygdalus raised, showing the aggression. Johnny calls. I mean, he does have ace-9. Amygdalus didn't hit anything. That means Johnny is still in the lead here. He checks. He's out of position. Oh, yeah. Johnny has position. Amygdalus has position on him. Johnny Utah needs to decide if he hit something or not, and he doesn't believe him. Johnny is now flush draw with the 9 of clubs. Johnny called. Another queen came on the board, so it probably doesn't really change much there. So Amygdalus might be reluctant to carry on his bets here because there's a good chance. Oh, but Amygdalus, he's selling a narrative. He says, "I have a queen. I don't think you have the queen, but I'm going to convince you that I have the queen." That's what Amygdalus is doing. And Amygdalus takes it down with the worst hand. 7-9 suited. He had nothing going for him there other than bluffs. Jack 8 offsuit. Yeah, I don't want to see him playing this. Johnny Utah has pocket 7s. He might be a bit steamed after that last hand. He did lose a lot of chips. He might get real aggressive with Amygdalus here. He raises. Okay. Amygdalus. Ace-10 suited. He just calls. Pocket 7s is still good. There's a slight chance for a flush there. Johnny might just continue his betting, and that might be good enough to knock Amygdalus off the hand. Johnny does have the best hand. He raises half pot there. Action back to Amygdalus. He's gut shot straight with a 4. Long shot flush. That did not improve Amygdalus's hand any. It brought a king on the board, which puts it into Johnny's range because Johnny was calling raise, so there's a chance Johnny might have a king. That's something Amygdalus is probably aware of. Not a good card for Amygdalus. If Johnny continues his aggression, it might be enough to get Amygdalus to fold. I don't know if Amygdalus wants to chase a 4 down into the river. The river can help you or it can hurt you. So he just folds. And I understand that fold. Well played by Johnny. Queen 6 suited. Pocket 9s, Johnny Utah. And he raises. I understand that. 7-8 suited. Amygdalus does have dealer position, but he still Amygdalus has aggression. He's not afraid to get in there and mix it up. Pocket 9s definitely has 7-8 suited dominated. Amygdalus needs like a 9 and a queen here. I mean, he could get 2 8s. I mean, oh, okay. A 9 would actually be pretty Well, I mean, yeah. Johnny would see the straight. He just checks 10 Jack Queen. Kind of scary for pocket nines. Amygdalus needs a 9 to get a straight. Amygdalus is not afraid to throw chips in when he knows he is behind in a hand. He is not afraid to start jamming chips in and to put his opponent on the spot. And it seems to be working. And he folded the best hand. I mean, but 10 Jack Queen is out there. Strong possibility of a straight. There are a lot of hazards on the hand, so I can understand Johnny folding that. And good aggression from Amygdalus, taking advantage of his position. 8-10 offsuit, 6 whatever Johnny had. He folded. King 2 offsuit. I mean, I could say a call here because you still have King high. There's only 2 people in hand, and you're already committed for 1 small blind. So yeah, and he calls King 5 offsuit. He might check. Check or raise. He raises, and he takes it down. Pretty strong raise. Yeah, you're gonna raise in a spot like that. Raise strong, and try to push your opponent off the hand. Queen 10 suited, dealer position. Good opportunity for our trolling to bet here or to raise. And he does. Oh, wow. 4 big blinds. He is not messing around. He says, you want to call me? You better have something good. He decided he was just going to come in and steal those blinds for himself. Pocket queens. Here we go. Johnny got pocket queens against his arch nemesis Amygdalus. 6-5 suited, dealer position. I can understand a call, but he is going to get raised. He just folds it. He foresaw the future there. He knew it was not the time to make a move. Pocket queens just simply bets because he wants to provoke aggression from Amygdalus because he knows Amygdalus can get aggressive. It did not happen, though. Much to Johnny's disappointment. Johnny probably has to be feeling pretty good about this. I mean, yeah, the Neapolitan board, just cards all over, numbers all over the place. But Amygdalus, he sensed the terror on the horizon and decided to just walk away from that hand. King 6 suited folds, Jack 10 suited. Here's a good chance for Johnny to raise, but he knows how Amygdalus plays. But he didn't care. Amygdalus folds, he's out of position. Understandable. 6-4 suited. That would be another big blind from Dart to continue this hand. He says nope. Good raise by Johnny. 9-10 suited for Procurator. I suspect he'll fold. Maybe it's making him think about it, but he ultimately lets it go. King 5 offsuit. I see him folding here. Queen 3 offsuit. I mean, I don't know if Amygdalus is going to get aggressive with something like that. He is. He's going to show his usual aggression. He likes to play from position. He likes to be aggressive from position. That's what I'm getting from Amygdalus here. And it's working. It's paying off because he is dominating this table right now. Johnny Utah is his next closest competitor. And Johnny Utah is way behind. Raises. Amygdalus is having none of that. Jack Queen suited. Big blind. Basically one more big bet to stay in. I see him calling. He is out of position, though, so I understand the fold. And he folds. He'll play it safe. He may be looking for an opportunity to just shove all in because he is quickly running out of big blinds. But so is everyone else. 9-10 suited. Okay. Let's see if he wants to be aggressive with this. He is running out of blinds. He is less than 20 now. Okay, he just calls. Fair enough. Hoping Johnny will just check, but Johnny may raise. He knows the precarious position Curator is in. Procurator just hit top pair. He just checks it though. Maybe he's trying to get Johnny to put some chips in. Maybe he doesn't want to be too aggressive with it. Maybe he'll just check it to the river and his nines will be good. Procurator still has top pair. 2, 3. So yeah, Johnny needs a 6 to get his straight. Oh wait, Procurator bet. Two pair for Procurator. Good river. And it didn't improve the straight situation for Johnny. So that makes Procurator feel pretty good about his position. He bets half pot. Johnny has nothing. He has a bluff or he folds. And he folds. 2 pair, good hand, Procurator. Picked up some chips. Puts him a little over 20 big blinds. Ace, queen, offsuit. Less than 20. What are you going to do? I don't see him folding. He's going to raise. He's going to shove. He just raises. Okay. He has a little more than 10. Between 10 and 20. Like 15, somewhere around there. King 4 suit, offsuit, folds. King 5 offsuit, small blind, folds. We know Amygdalus can be aggressive, but I don't know if he's going to get too aggressive. He could bully Arturolin, but Arturolin will probably go all in at that point because he's running out of options. So he decides not to play the bully game here. Checks with his pair of sixes. He actually has the best hand with 6-4 suited over ace queen. It is unbelievable, and he still has a chance to get a flush here in the next 2 cards. Our Trollin has a decision to make. He can continuation bet, which is what he did. Amygdalus probably is going to read that as continuation bet. Probably will call. Maybe will even raise. Maybe he is really confident about his pair of sixes here. No, he just calls. Still, strong, confident play there. Ace, queen, offsuit has a decision to make. Amygdalus called his bet. Now, ace, queen out of position. Well, no, he's in position. But he still bets. He bets in position. He doesn't want to see one more card. He doesn't want to see if he can get a jack. He just wants to see. I don't know if he's trying to build a pot or if he's probably trying to get Amygdalus to fold. Because any pair on the board, Amygdalus wins, which he has. Amygdalus has a pair of sixes. And Johnny's going to be furious that his ace queen offsuit is beat by a 4 and a 6, which were suited, to be fair, and he was big blind, but still I would be pretty mad about that. Arturolin has a decision to make. I doubt he thinks but he didn't care. He's all in. Not a whole lot of options for Arturolin there. Amygdalus needs to decide if his pair of sixes is good or not. The king did change the calculation, but Arturolin's behavior has been pretty consistent, just calling down like he was on a chase. And he folds the best hand. So that was a good move by Amygdalus. Stayed alive, stayed in the game. Uh-oh. See this? It does this sometimes. There we go. I gotta click on that. Okay, pocket nines. Arturolin, good chance for him to get aggressive. He has a little over 20 blinds now. So maybe he wants to slow down, but I don't see him folding this. He will probably raise. 9-8 suited behind that. I see a fold here. Not a very good position. Johnny Utah in dealer position. Well, I mean, he's one less than dealer, but still, he folds. 7-2 offsuit. With the raise before you, oh gosh, and Arturolin just ran his pocket nines into queens. We might see an elimination here, depending on how crazy he wants to get with those pocket nines. Our Dart knows he got raised. Just a simple 2-bet. He might just barrel over the top of Arturolin here. Or maybe he'll slow play. No, he goes all in. Barrels over. He says, "Let's do this." Our Trollin has a chance to double up here, but he doesn't know what Dart has, and he has to be afraid of stronger pockets. But he just might see it as an opportunity. So we'll see what he does. It's a tough decision. And he calls. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That pretty much knocked him. I mean, he has to double up like 3 or 4 times in order to get back into a playable position. King 6 offsuit. Our Trollin put half his stack in on 2-3 offsuit. Oh no. Oh, and Dart just got pocket jack, so we know he's not gonna fold. He's probably gonna raise our Trollin. Our Trollin might feel like he's forced to go all in. I'd see that fold. But maybe he wants to be in the hand with our Trollin because he wants our Trollin to get knocked out. And he wants to collect that bounty. That $18,000 bounty. He's eyeing that. Pocket jacks. I mean, that's a strong bet, but it's amygdalus. We know he gets aggressive, and he's probably just eyeing our Trollin's bounty. This is it, but yeah, okay, I see that raise. Yep, it's a good raise. Our Trollin, you probably should just wait till next hand. I mean, I know you just put half your stack in, and he might not just want to give it up because he literally just put in half his stack. But you got 2-3 offsuit, and people are raising like crazy before you. Your 2-3 isn't going to hold up in this situation. But he's thinking. He says, "YOLO, I'm all in because I don't have any other option." 10-7 offsuit. He says, "I want that bounty. Give me a flop." He didn't get his flop. Dart is dominating in this position with his pocket jacks. Is he going to continue the aggression? Maybe. There is a king on the board. That may scare Dart a little bit. If Amygdalus can scare Dart out of this hand, he's probably going to get that bounty. Dart is not afraid, and he's going to pick up that bounty. Amygdalus says, "Nah, no, I'm not going to get too crazy here." He doesn't want to lose too many chips. Queen 10 offsuit for Amygdalus. He raises. Knowing Amygdalus, I can see him beginning aggressive there. King 6 offsuit. He's out of position, but he may want to defend his big blind. So we'll see. He's in. Amygdalus hit his queen. Procurator has nothing here. Tough decision. He just checks. He's out of position. Amygdalus may just bet here, which I suspect he will. And Procurator has a decision to make. Does his king high, is it good? Did Amygdalus hit something on that? Procreator's trying to figure it out. He says, "I am out." Pocket Kings for Johnny Utah. Oh, against his nemesis, Amygdalus, got Ace King suited. Oh, that's the worst hand to run into Pocket Kings with. Oh, no. And Johnny Utah's like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to raise you." I'm pretty sure that's what Johnny is thinking. If Johnny folds, my mind will be blown here. Yeah, and it's Amygdalus, so of course you're going to raise him. You know how aggressive he can get. Here's a great opportunity for John and Utah to take the lead in this on this table. And now Amygdalus is trying. Oh yeah, he's all in. We know Amygdalus. And oh wow, he flopped the ace. I would be screaming bloody murder right now if I was Johnny. Whoa! Ow! That is unbelievable. I would be screaming. Oh, I apologize, Johnny, but the 100,000 or whatever it is you just won probably is going to make you feel a little bit better about it. I don't know exactly what they're, but I mean, I think the top is like $300,000 or $400,000 for first place. Let me see if I can see the payouts. Oh wait, I don't want to give spoilers there. So fourth place, that was $217,000. So there's a little consolation for having somebody beat your pocket kings with ace king is that $217,000 plus that 20,000 bounty or whatever it was you had. Jack 4. Oh, two pair. Procurator has nothing here. 7, 8. No, oh, no, he has a straight. He has a straight. Oh, Pure Creator is actually winning this hand. Amygdalus has two pair. He can get into trouble with this two pair, and he looks like he's going to. Procurator, he has a good chance to just shove all in. I mean, the flush is there, but you don't have a lot of chips, my friend. So we'll see what he does. He just calls, plays it safe. He sees the flush. He says, I'm not going to mess with the flush. Oh, man. Don't want to see it for 5 minutes. I think I can skip ahead. Oh, whoa. Oh, gosh. I hate this button. What happened? Did I skip the time? Yes. I'll assume I did because I know Procurator already picked up that big hand he won. Okay. I guess I skipped the 5 minutes. Whatever. That's weird. Okay. Wow. Procurator is in the lead here with a pair of 5s. Amygdalus has king 6. He had a slightly better hand pre-flop, but now he is losing because Procurator has got a pair. He has bottom pair. Amygdalus says, I don't care. I am going to steamroll you by throwing chips into the pot. And Procurator says, I'm not afraid of you. My 5s are supreme. They are good. I will call your 4 million. Amygdalus is trying to decide if he's going to continue his aggression. He says, oh, 4 million was not enough for you. Well, how about 35 million? Now Procurator really has a decision to make because that is a third of his stack. And he says, oh, I guess my 5s aren't as good as I thought they were. Amygdalus takes it down with just pure aggression. King 8 suited versus Queen 2 offsuit. Neither of them know what the other has. King 8 suited, small blind, against the ever aggressive Amygdalus. He calls Amygdalus, knowing him, he might just raise here, but he doesn't. He says, you know what, I'll just check. Hits a king on the flop. Procurator hits an 8 on the flop. That means he might lose some money because, or not money, but chips. He just checks it. He's playing it safe. Amygdalus just checks it. And he got 2 pairs. So really good hand for Amygdalus. Now Procurator decides to make a move. But knowing Amygdalus, that's not going to knock him off the hand. Plus Amygdalus has 2 pair. So now, but he doesn't raise. He's playing it careful. He just calls. Maybe he wants to get more aggression from Procurator. Maybe he's saying, you know what? I think Procurator is going to throw more chips here on the river. Procurator just checks. Procurator. Amygdalus might just check. He's like, I don't know. Maybe he has something better than my 2 pair. But no, he wants to get value out of it. Which is what I suspect he would do. Now Procurator has to figure out if his 8s are good. We know they are not. But is Amygdalus just bluffing? Procurator doesn't believe he's bluffing. Good call from Procurator. Saved himself 27,000 chips there. 5-3 offsuit. Dealer position. Horrible hands. He just folds. 9-10 offsuit. Small blind. Amygdalus may raise here. We know how he plays, and he does. Now he just folds with 4 or 5 offsuit, which I completely understand. So Amygdalus' aggression is paying off. He's finding the right opportunities to be aggressive. And it is paying off. He is the chip leader in this hand. Come on. Pocket jacks for Dart. 8-5 offsuit on Procurator's big blind. That has to suck for Procurator. Dart, unless he wants to slow play this, I definitely say he's going to raise. The dogs. He folds. He's not having any of it, which makes sense. King 4 suited for Procurator. We haven't seen a lot of aggression from Procurator. He might just call this, but if he does, Amygdalus may just try to roll over him with a raise, because we know how Amygdalus plays. So he's thinking about it. He goes all in. He actually has a better hand, and Amygdalus is like, wait, I can't bluff someone who's all in. So he folds. Pocket threes for Dart. King 6, dealer position for Procurator. He just says, no, I'm going to wait until I have better cards. King 8 for Amygdalus on the small blind. He raises. Here's a good chance for Dart to call his BS. Dart has to have picked up on Amygdalus's aggression at this point. And Dart technically has the better hand here. I mean, here's a good chance to just jam all in, but no, he just calls it. He is in position, so I understand the call. Here's a good chance for Dart to continue the aggression. Amygdalus was the pre-flop aggressor. Dart just says, I'm going to check it. But we know Amygdalus is probably going to get aggressive at some point here. He's out of position, but that's not going to deter him. He just checks, playing it safe. Dart, see what he does. He may just check. He just checks. 5 doesn't really change it. It does bring a flush possibility onto the board. Amygdalus may just check here because that's all they've been doing. And good call by Dart. He called Amygdalus down on his aggression and took some chips. A 7 offsuit, 6-5 offsuit. Amygdalus once again showing his aggression. A 7 offsuit from Procurator. He says, I am all in. I don't see Amygdalus calling this. No, he doesn't. Once again, Procurator says, you can't bluff me off the hand if I'm all in. And Amygdalus says, you're right, I can't. I fold. And continue. There we go. Pocket 8s. 6-7 offsuit from Amygdalus. Oh, Pocket 8s is making a decision. He jams all in. 6-7. Not very strong against Pocket 8s. Not the time to make a move. Dart says, not my time either. They both fold. Procurator is stealing blinds with the all-in shoves, and I don't blame him. I completely understand. All right, Ace Jack suited against King 7 offsuit. Procurators opportunity here to make a move, but this is not the position. King 7, I understand you got a king high, but he just ran that into Ace Jack suited. Amygdalus is not going to fold, I'm sure. He calls. He has position on Procurator. Amygdalus just hit his ace on the flop. Let's see how strong Procurator thinks his king is. You're definitely not going to bluff Amygdalus off the hand. He says, I will continue my aggression. He bets half pot. Amygdalus is like, yeah, I'm going to call. He's calculating his call. He's probably calculating a raise right now. And he's thinking about it. And he just flat calls. He's gonna slow play what he sees aggression coming from Procurator. He says, keep getting aggressive. I'll keep taking chips. Procurator trying to figure out if he says he's not going to slow down. He knows how aggressive Amygdalus plays, but he doesn't know Amygdalus just flopped a pair of aces, and that is not going to be enough to get amygdalus to fold his pair of aces. Procurator has to think amygdalus has something. Procurator may think his 7 is good, but he just checks it. Now amygdalus is definitely going to bet. I don't think he's afraid of that 7. Procurator is going to have to make a decision whether he thinks his king high is good or not. I mean, amygdalus can put him in for 70,000, and that would put Procurator all in. And that's not even the size of the pot. He puts them all in. And Procurator folds because he did have the worst hand. He literally hit he hit a 7. He didn't think his pair of 7s was good there. Okay. Queen 4 suited. Oh, I can hit 2 times. I can speed it up now. 10-4 offsuit. Again, amygdalus. He may get aggressive. We know how he is. He does. He does not slow down. He does not change his tactics. And he takes it. Ah! Excuse me. He's still not slowing down. 6-4 suited. 2 bets. 10-2 offsuit. That's a tough call. Dart, I can see making a call here. But he throws away. He was out of position. They both fold. Amygdalus still in chips with his aggression. Does not care. Does not slow down. And it is working. Pocket threes. Procurator. I mean, he's at what? 11 big blinds. He just says, I'm all in. Not a bad spot to go all in. 10 jack offsuit. He calls. He knows Procurator's in a tough spot. The 3-0 double up Procurator. King 5 dealer position for Procurator. He folds. Ace 10 offsuit for amygdalus. He raises as he always does. Dart, he might be saying, I'm sick of it. I'm going to call, but now is not the time to make a move. But he says, I'm sick of the bullying. He calls. He actually flops top pair. Has a pair of 9s. He has amygdalus beat at the moment. Amygdalus does not slow down his aggression. Dart is not going to fold to this. He's ready to call down amygdalus on his BS. He's probably calculating a raise at the moment. He just calls, which is risky. The jack that missed amygdalus, but Dart doesn't know that. Dart sees there is a jack on the board that is higher than his 9s. Amygdalus says, you know what? You didn't fold the flop, so I will check the turn. Dart can check, or he can see if he can bet. Oh, and amygdalus hit the ace on the river. Dart did not get aggressive with his pair of 9s. Amygdalus rivered the ace. Got what he needed. He is going to bet here for sure. He's just calculating his bet. 44,000. Dart. Oh no, 44 million. My mistake. Dart needs to decide if his 9s are good here. Maybe Dart was hoping he can just run it to the river and win in a showdown, but that was not in the cards. Literally not in the cards. Now he has a decision to make. And he called, and his nines were no good. He just lost a lot of chips. Like, how many did he lose? 70 million, something like that. Ace 3, yeah, he does what Amygdalus does, and he raises. He uses his big stack to bully. 9-3 offsuit for Procurator. He says, no. No, I'm out. King, Queen for Dart. Dealer position. Good chance to raise. He raises. 8-9 offsuit. Tough spot for Procurator here. Amygdalus, he doesn't care. He says, I'm going to call with my 8-10 offsuit, and I'm going to hit a pair on the flop because I'm Amygdalus, and that's what I do. King, Queen, Dart might think his King High is good here. It's not. But how do you put Amygdalus on 8-10 offsuit? Like, jeez. It is best don't. I mean, Amygdalus has a pair. He's not going to fold this. Dart was hoping he can push Amygdalus off the hand. Amygdalus says pop top pair. He's sticking around. In fact, he's going to re-raise. Dart says, okay, fine, I'm out. Pocket sevens. Jack Queen for Procurator. Jack Queen or Procurator may feel like this is a spot to get aggressive. The pocket sevens have him beat at the moment, but the flop can always change that. Amygdalus probably, he folds. He finally says, you know what? I'm done pushing you guys around. He folds. Pocket sevens may raise this. He's out of position, but he says, you know what? I'm all in. And they're both about even in stack size. And he says, no, I don't think my Jack Queen's good enough. He folds it. Which I understand. Queen 10 suited, ace 2 offsuit, 3-10. 3-10 offsuit, he does what Amygdalus does, and he raises. Ace 10 offsuit, he'll probably call this. He may even re-raise it because he's starting to catch on to Amygdalus and his aggression. And he's willing to call him out on it. He has a weak kicker, but his ace is actually pretty good in this situation. He re-raises. Procurator folds. Amygdalus says, okay, fine. You got me there. And he gives it up. Okay. Ace 4 offsuit. Here's a good chance for Procurator to get aggressive. There's only one other person in your hand. And you have an ace, but he says, no, not here, not now. I mean, you're down to about 10 big blinds there, Procurator. 6-10 offsuit. He says fold. 5-7 suited. Maybe Procurator is hoping that Amygdalus will eliminate Dart. I don't know. I mean, that's the difference. That's another $180,000. But Procurator's in a tough spot. Okay. I adjusted my mic. Okay, 4-2 suited. Well, I don't know. He says, I'm going to put 5 million in. Yeah, maybe he's hoping he can bluff. But Procurator says, no, I think my king is good, which it actually is. He's out of position. That's a good Amygdalus. Good chance to pull off here again. I mean, knowing Amygdalus, he might put them all in. He's thinking, he might just jam here. Yeah, he does. 23 million. puts a Procreator to a position. Procreator was showing weakness, and Amygdalus took advantage of that with 2-4 suited. Knocked him off the hand. (10-7) offsuit. Procreator has not shown a lot of aggression. He might just fold this. And he does. Pocket 7s for Amygdalus. He'll take it. King 10 suited. Again, good chance, good opportunity for Procreator to show some aggression here. He finally says, you know what, I'm all in. He picks up some blinds. It's always nice to pick up blinds in a situation like that. Pocket 4s. Oh, ran that into Ace-Queen suited. Procreator may get aggressive again, but Ace-Queen, very dangerous. It's basically a coin flip here. Pocket 4s, I believe, have a slight edge against Ace-Queen suited. Raise, I can understand that from Dart. Procreator has a decision. I would say he's probably thinking all in or fold. And he's all in. And flop a queen. Oh, that's it. Game over. No 4 on the river for Procreator. He's out. 7,000 bounty for Dart. And he just got $180,000 pay bump to his final payout. Now it's to the final two. And from here, it looks like they both will actually get the same amount of money. The only difference is the payout is the same. The only difference is that whoever wins is going to get the bounty. And $134,000 bounty on Amygdalus. And again, you only get a quarter of that, so Dart would get, about $30,000 extra. Dart is top pair flush. No, he's not top pair. He's actually middle pair flush draw, and that was on the flop. I didn't see if he bet money or not. He's thinking, and he just checks. His pair of nines is actually still good. Amygdalus, let's see if he shows his tradition. No, he just checks. Dart, I don't see Dart value betting a pair of nines on a board like this. He's just going to check. He's going to take it down. Jack-7 offsuit. He raises. Dart. 6-4 suited. Oh, probably not going to call that raise. But we'll see what he does. I don't know. He raises. He says, I'm going to show aggression this time. But he ran into Ace-4 suited from Amygdalus. Knowing Amygdalus, he's probably not going to fold that. He just simply calls. His ace high is still good. He checks. Dart. He may continue his aggression. It's Amygdalus trying to lure him into a trap. He just checks. Okay, fair enough. 10 comes out. Hasn't really changed anything. It does change the calculus of the players, though, because the possibility of straight has just gone up. King 2 is still not the best hand. Dart's going to have to river something to get the best hand. And Amygdalus is the one who pulls out the pair of aces on the river. Let's see if he wants to value bet this. There is the danger of the straight, but he is not afraid. Puts in 29 million. Dart folds. King 5 from Amygdalus. He likes the bet dealer position, and he continues the tradition and takes more chips from Dart. Dart will bleed more chips out on that hand. Dart's in dealer position with Jack-4 suited. Let's see if he takes a page from Amygdalus playbook. He does not. Amygdalus fold. Oh, no, he did. He raised. And amygdalus folds. So he is taking a play from amygdalus's playbook. Jack 2 offsuit. He calls. 5-9 offsuit for Dart. Dart just checks. He didn't flop anything. Amygdalus flopped a Jack. Good flop for Amygdalus. Let's see if he wants to push Dart off with a bet. Slow play. He's gonna check. And so you know what? I'll just check. See if I can get Dart to put more money in. He's probably fairly confident about his Jack. Another Queen comes out. Didn't really change anything. 2 gave Amygdalus. Actually, no. It didn't change anything because Amygdalus already had 2 paired. So, Dart needs to make a decision. He can bluff or he can check and end up folding. And he's going to throw in 6 million, seeing, oh, maybe that's enough to get Amygdalus to fold. But Amygdalus is not going to fold to a 6 million bet with a pair of Jacks. I am certain of that. He may even raise him, which I can see the logic and just, oh no, he raises. I don't know why. I mean, you have showdown value. What are you going to bluff him off? Or are you trying to extract value from a pocket pair of 4s or a pair of 2s? Like, I don't see. This is, I'm trying to figure out that raise, because I think the best thing to do would be just to call there. Because if he's going to call you, what is he going to call you with? And you're not going to bluff him off a Queen in that situation. So, you know, but Amygdalus, it's just, he's aggressive. It's how he plays. 10 Jack, Queen Ace. He needs a King. A King would be bad news because that would give Amygdalus a pair, but it would give Dart a straight. And Dart still has the best hand. A 2 is basically what Dart wants to avoid here. Good bet from Dart. Amygdalus calls. Dart got his pair of aces. Oh, a Queen. You know what? A Queen could give Amygdalus a straight. Good opportunity for Dart to bet more. And see if Amygdalus will call that or not. This is going to be a real good hand for Dart if he wins it. Amygdalus folds. He says, I am out. Pocket 3s for Amygdalus. He just calls. He may be getting ready to re-raise Dart if he raises Amygdalus. 8-9 suited for Dart. Good opportunity to check here to see what comes out on the flop. Suited connectors like that are usually best after you see the flop. So now you have a gut shot straight. Pocket 3s are still the best hand. And he has a long shot for a flush here. Bets 14.5 million. Okay, good bet. See if Amygdalus is scared off by that. Nope, he says, I'm not afraid. Flush draw, gut shot straight for Dart. There's only one more card left for him. He needs to decide if he wants to continue that aggression or not. Amygdalus wasn't buying it. Of course, Amygdalus never buys it. He says, no. And he continues it. Amygdalus is in a tough spot here. King did come out. And Amygdalus folds. Good play by Dart. I think Dart is picking up on Amygdalus' playstyle here. 8-2 suited from Dart. He's going to raise again. 8-2 suited. Taking a page out of Amygdalus' book. He hits his 8 on the flop. Dart has the best hand right here. But opening a straight draw for Amygdalus. Oh, and Dart gave it away. He gave it away. Amygdalus now has the best hand, and he's going to say, you know what? I'm going to bet you off this before you hit a straight. Amygdalus probably wants to know if Dart has a straight or not, and that's a good way to find out. Because Dart may just jam over the top of that if he had a straight. 3 8s for Dart. Amygdalus could find himself in trouble, but the strong potential for a straight is probably going to keep Amygdalus out of trouble in this hand. Dart may want to check here because, again, I mean, a jack or a 6 means the other guy has a straight. So here's a good chance to just check. You know, value betting here is very dangerous because they can roll over the top of you whether they have a straight or not. And Amygdalus now has to decide if his 10s are good or if he wants to try and bluff dart off the hand. But again, you can try and bluff, but if your opponent has a straight, they're going to auto call, and then you're going to lose a lot of chips, which is something you always have to consider on a scary board like this. He just calls, and good hand by Dart. Jack 5 offsuit for Amygdalus. He raises, as he always does. He calls because he's getting tired of Amygdalus bullying him out of every hand. Open-ended straight for Dart. Amygdalus has top pair. Did not change anything. Amygdalus still has best hand with pair of 5s. Dart still is open-ended straight. He's out of position. He needs to decide if he's going to bet or if he's going to check to see if he get one more free card. And he bets. Not a bad move. If Amygdalus calls, you still have outs. And Amygdalus might not even have you be... Oh, another 4. Okay, that didn't change anything. It did give Amygdalus a full house. But it didn't change the situation for either of them. Dart is way dominated here. Amygdalus has not shown that he's going to give anything up. It'd be a very tough spot to bet, bluff here. That's a bluff with 10 high. And Amygdalus with his full house says, no. No, I don't believe you. Folds. Amygdalus does what he does and he raises. Dart. Oh, pocket queens. Dart folds or raises, but he just raised into pocket queens. Amygdalus. Let's see if he slow plays it or if he tries to just jam over the top of Dart with his pocket. He just jams. He says, okay, you want to go? Let's go. Dart, it's like, oh, dang it. And he may just fold here. And he does. Dart does what Dart does and he raises. Oh no, Amygdalus does what Amygdalus does and raises. Oh, they both hit a 9. This can spell trouble if they both go all in. Oh, 2 pair for Amygdalus. The flush is on the board. But it does not help either of them. But neither of them know that. Dart can check and hope for an 8. But he says, you know what? I'm going to bet 16 million on my 9. You could have got a free card there, Dart. But he says, I'm betting into this. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. It was actually 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. So Dart just got a straight. Amygdalus has 2 pair. This is trouble. However, Amygdalus sees that. He knows that Dart only needs a 10 to get a straight. Dart doesn't bet. Maybe he's afraid of the flush. And he just checks. Fair enough. 53 million to Dart. Good hand for Dart. Ace queen for Dart against Amygdalus is 3-4 suited. Amygdalus calls because he's Amygdalus. Check. Dart, he may just a good chance to c-bet here. I mean, Jack 10-10, there's a good chance they missed everything, and your ace queen is good. And your gut shot straight with the king. Gut shot nut straight. Good bet. He takes it down. Picks up some easy chips. Pocket 9s, he raises as he always does. Dart might just call because, again, Amygdalus raises every hand. He needs a 3 for a straight. Gut shot straight for Dart with the 3. Pocket 9s for Amygdalus. They're still good. There is a 10 on the board. Amygdalus just checks. There's an ace on the board. Check. Amygdalus may just check. But, again, he's Amygdalus. And there's a 7. That did not give Dart anything. Amygdalus' pocket 9s is best hand. Dart can try to bluff here. Amygdalus hasn't shown any kind of aggression. However, he just checks. If Amygdalus puts money in, I guarantee you Dart is going to fold. Dart, I'd say he's going to fold for sure. He had nothing. And he knows it's hard to bluff Amygdalus off of anything. Dart raises, Amygdalus calls, all run of the mill. They both have a 9. Dart has the better kicker. Dart's in position. He may bet. He does. Good bet. Amygdalus calls. He does not know he's outkicked. He just knows he has a 9. A 7 on the river can change everything. Good chance for Dart to continue his betting. And he does. Amygdalus has a decision. Does he think Dart has the ace? He says, I think my 9s are good. A queen has come out. Good. I mean, I wouldn't bet here. I would just check. And he does. And he wins it. Well played for Dart. 100 million chips there. Ace Jack suited for Dart. King 8 offsuit for Amygdalus. Amygdalus does what Amygdalus does. He raises. Good opportunity for Dart to jam over the top of him. Just raise that 13 million. Put in like 30, 40 million, something like that. And he's probably about to do that. He's probably calculating. Yep, 48 million. Amygdalus says, oh, you got me. And he folds. Dart is starting to even out the chip count here. He's catching up. Queen 10, he raises with his dealer position. Dart does what Dart does. He calls and he flops 3 of a kind. Dart, again, he may decide to continue his aggression. And he does, but he doesn't know he's playing into 3 of a kind. Amygdalus may slow play it and just call. Which what I suspect he'll do. No, he raises, which is fair enough. You don't want your opponent to get something crazy on the turn in the river. And that's enough for Dart to say, nope, I'm out. And 10-4 offsuit. He doesn't care. He still raises. Dart hit his 8 on the flop. Amygdalus has nothing. But he is in position, so he has bluffing power. Dart will probably call. Because, again, knowing Amygdalus, Dart's probably not buying it. Dart does have a pair. Pretty weak kicker, but you do have a pair. Oh, and Amygdalus turns the 10. Amygdalus now has the best hand. Dart checks Amygdalus. I guarantee is going to bet here. And Dart... Oh, he just checks. Oh, I was wrong. A good opportunity for them to both just check it down. Amygdalus will take it down. But, yeah, that's kind of scary for 8-2 suited. You know? Dart may have gotten aggressive and bluffed there, but I completely understand just checking it down because you do have showdown value. Dart flops a jack. Good flop. 3 diamonds on the board. Real scary. Amygdalus has flush draw. I don't see him going anywhere. He just checks. He maybe want to see a free card. Dart with his pair of jacks. He may want to bet here, but I don't see Amygdalus folding. He bets. He's probably hoping Amygdalus will fold. He sees that flush. Amygdalus says, no, I'm going for it. Amygdalus turned his flush. Dart has to be scared now. Amygdalus has nut flush here. Not a good position to get aggressive. 3 of a kind. Very dangerous for Dart. It can be a real good chance for Amygdalus to take some chips from Dart. Amygdalus, you have to bet this here. Well, I mean, there is a potential for full house, so you don't have the nuts. But he definitely bets. 59 million. That's over the pot. Dart, with his 3 of a kind, has to figure out whether Amygdalus has a flush or not. Should you be afraid of the flush? Yes, you should. But do you believe that he actually has it? In this case, he does, unfortunately. And unfortunately, Dart got 3 of a kind, which makes it folding in this situation a lot harder. And he makes the correct call. He folds. Tough hand to fold, too. Dart, or Amygdalus does what Amygdalus does. He raises Dart. Dart calls. Nothing for either of them. Dart is in the lead with his King 7 offsuit. He just checks it over to Amygdalus. Amygdalus, he bets because he does what Amygdalus does, and that is the bet, and that is the raise, and that is the call. And it's working because he's taking all the chips. Dart, with the best hand, has a decision to make because he hasn't hit anything, doesn't have a pair. He has to really figure out if his king high is good here. He says, I'm not buying it. And he shoves over the top of Amygdalus. Well played. Well played. 6-8 offsuit for Dart. He bets. Or he raises, actually. And 10-3. He re-raises with 10-3 suited. Oh, this is getting fun. Actually, Amygdalus technically has the better hand here. But Dart doesn't know that. He just knows he has garbage. He says, I'm not going to get into this with a hand like that. Maybe Dart was on tilt because he had to fold the last hand, which he clearly doesn't like doing. Or no, Amygdalus was on tilt, but it worked. King 3 offsuit. Dart has the best hand by a long shot. 2-5 offsuit for Amygdalus. I think they both raised 7 million, and he takes it down with just pure aggression and garbage cards. That's how Amygdalus rolls. That's how he rolls. 10-6 offsuit. Amygdalus hit his 5. Dart has nothing. He has 10 high. Not a very strong position to be playing from. He bets. Amygdalus is probably not going to fold because he does have a pair. He calls. Dart did not want to see that. Amygdalus again checks off to Dart. Dart's trying to figure out if he should continue his bluffing here or if he should just check. Checking is basically surrendering the hand at this point because you know Amygdalus is probably going to roll you over. And he says, no, I'm not giving it away. Not that easy. Pair of 5s for Amygdalus. 2 cards above your pair here. Amygdalus calls. Oh, and Dart hits the 10 on the river. Good chance to check it and take it down. Amygdalus, I'm sorry, man. Good plays, good calls, good reads. But sometimes that river is just dirty. Dart calls, hits the jack on the flop. He checks. He's not going to try and extract value. Amygdalus has a pair of 5s. He doesn't fold that easy when pairs on the board. Dart needs to decide if he's going to build the pot or not. I mean, I don't know if you want to try and check it down the river. Maybe he's waiting for Amygdalus to get aggressive. No, he says, you know what? And that's nearly a pot-sized bet there. Amygdalus, once again, on a pair of 5s, has a decision to make. But maybe he has a good read on Dart. His read is good. He says, you know what? You have me beat. I'll let you have it. Dart raises because he's copying Amygdalus' style here. 5, pair of 5s for Dart. Amygdalus, pair of 4s. They both have a pair. I think it's 7. Yeah, 7 will give a straight to Dart. A 6 will give a straight to Amygdalus. So they both have a pair, and they both got shot straight draw. Imagine that. Dart is starting to get more aggressive. because Amygdalus has been bullying him. Oh, Amygdalus turns over 3 of a kind. Real good chance to get aggressive here. You don't want to see a river because you know that it's possible a straight can come out for someone. 22 million, third of the pot. Good bet from Amygdalus. Great value for Dart. He calls. Ace changes nothing. Amygdalus has the best hand. Let's see if Dart thinks his 5s are good. Amygdalus, I say, is definitely going to bet here. $88 million. He really is putting Dart in a tough spot here. He really is putting Dart in a tough spot. And Dart folds, which was a good decision from Dart. $8-10 offsuit. Pair of 8s for Dart. Pair of 6s for Amygdalus. Dart thinking what he's going to do here. Oh, he bets. Dart still has the best hand. King doesn't really change anything. They're both basically in the same situation here. I mean, they do have 2 pair. Dart's kicker is good, but, I mean, he has Amygdalus beat with his pair of 8s anyways. Amygdalus has a decision to make. Let's see if Amygdalus tries to bluff his king. Good solid bet by Dart, especially when you're out of position. Okay. Pair. Oh, blue pair for Amygdalus. Let's see if he bets. He does. Dart says, nope, I'm out. Let's speed it up a little bit. They call. 5-9-8. Dart's best hand right now. He bets with the best hand, takes it down. Good hand for Dart. 5-7, 6-5 offsuit. 9-10. 5-6. Actually, 7 high is good here. But Dart takes it down with the aggression. He has pacified Amygdalus. Jack, Queen, Jack 9. Queen high is good. He checks. Dealer position always has the advantage in situations like this. A 10 will give Amygdalus a straight. Dart has nothing. He doesn't have a jack. 8, nothing has changed. Queen high should be good. If he just checks, he wins. Well played, well played, well played. 7-9 offsuit, 8-9 suited. Raise, call. 7-9. I'll speed it up here a bit. Just a lot of back and forth going on here. He bets. Amygdalus folds. Dart picks up some more chips. The blinds are going up. Stealing blinds becomes more and more valuable each time the blinds go up. Dart takes it down. King 10 offsuit. Jack 6 suited. He raises. Ace 4 offsuit. He has the best hand right now. And he's got shot straight. No possibility for a flush. He bets into that. Amygdalus is probably going to call. In that fact, he raises. In good raise, he takes it down. 10 Jack versus Queen 10. Amygdalus raises. Queen 10 is still the best hand. Check, check, check. It's on Dart. Dart's thinking. He's thinking he might get aggressive. What is he going to do? He bets. That's a tough bet to call when you have Queen 10 offsuit, or suited actually, but no possibility of straight. So, and he calls it. He says, my Queen high beats your Jack high, and he is correct. Checks it. Wow, good read by Amygdalus there. My goodness, that's next level, my friends. And that really hurt Dart's stack. 10-6 offsuit. Okay, 11:05. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. We skip past the break. Queen 4 offsuit, Jack 7 offsuit. He checks. Queen high is still good. Ace 6 offsuit. Checks 5-8. Folds, Jack 9 takes it down. Pair of jacks. Oh, here we go. But he just does his usual, which is to just bet. And so now Dart doesn't know what Amygdalus has, because Amygdalus bets all that. And bad time to bluff, Dart. Bad time to bluff. He bet 49 million with 7-3 suited into a pair of jacks. Amygdalus is calculating his all-in raise, and Dart says, oh, my mistake. Of course, Dart didn't know, because Amygdalus blinds his opponent to what his hand is by raising every hand. Pair of kings for Amygdalus. Good hand for Amygdalus. Dart might want to get aggressive here, but it is not a good opportunity to do it. He says, you know what? I'm going to bluff my 9-5. Amygdalus says, no, I'm not buying it because I have a pair of kings. And a 10 will give them both a straight on the board. The diamonds don't mean anything, but there is a flush draw on the board. Oh, and he continues his aggression into Amygdalus' pair of kings. And it works. Yeah, okay. It's a scary board. I can see that. The straight potential was enough to scare Amygdalus off the hand. Well played by Dart. 7-8 pair of 7s for Amygdalus. Dart just checks. Up here. Amygdalus 7s are still good. Queen high, not good. Nothing has changed there. Check. Maybe. No, he bets. And he calls and he wins with his pair of 7s. 7-4 offsuit, 10-5 offsuit. Pair of 5s for Amygdalus. Dart has nothing, but he still bets. Dart is getting aggressive. He's tired of being bullied by Amygdalus. Amygdalus calls with a pair of 5. Dart says, you know what? Let's see what he does. Let's see if he tries to raise again. He continues the aggression. Hey, it worked last time, he says. I'm going to see if it's going to work this time. But this last time, there was a very scary straight on the board. You don't have this time. And Amygdalus says, I don't think so. In fact, I'm going to put you all in. All in, Queen 9. Oh, and it worked. He steals the blinds.
with the queen nine suited. Dart is just, he's running out of chips. He doesn't know what to do. He's really been getting outplayed. King 6 offsuit by amygdalus. He shoves. Dart says, fine. Fine. Because even if Dart doubles up, that puts him at 260 million, which amygdalus still has him covered after that. Okay, Queen 10 offsuit is actually in the lead here. 8 million with a 10 high from amygdalus. Dart calls with his queen high. He's out of position though. Gives amygdalus a chance to follow up this bluff. Amygdalus isn't going to do it though. He says, you know, I'll just check. He really doesn't have it. Oh no, he does have a pair of twos. My mistake. Amygdalus has the best hand here. I missed that too. Dart 11 million with queen high. Amygdalus trying to figure out if his 2 is good. Lots of things on there that beat a 2. No, I'd say it's a good bet by Dart. It made amygdalus think. And amygdalus raises and Dart says, fine. You have it. A7 from Dart. Amygdalus has queen 2 offsuit. Let's see. He goes all in, and amygdalus says, nope. Queen 2 offsuit is no good here.
King Jack. He raises. Dart folds. Dart is probably looking for something to shove with. He's in a real tough position here. The blinds are keep going up, and he's running out of chips. 8 million. He has like 12 big blinds. Yeah, Dart is just looking for something to shove with, it looks like. Checks. 8-6, 9-4. There was an opportunity for him to check. Amygdalus, 9-4 offsuit. He bets. Dart is out. Dart doesn't have the chips to get aggressive. He doesn't even have the chips to play much poker anymore. King 10 versus Ace 9. Dart might shove here. He just calls. Amygdalus will probably raise him. He raises him all in. He calls. Hits the king on the flop. Oh, and the ace on the turn. Oh, King 10 on the river. 2 pair. Dart doubles up. But amygdalus still has him covered. That's how small Dart's stack was. Pair of queens. Amygdalus has the best hand here. Dart can get in trouble because he has top pair. And he's in a desperate spot. He raises. Amygdalus is probably going to put them all in here. No, he just calls. Oh, 2 pair for amygdalus. Amygdalus is not folding. Dart knows he has top pair. Well, not top pair anymore. Dart sees that king. He may need to be a little more careful here. But, he doesn't want to give up his chips because he knows he's in a tough spot. Amygdalus, I guarantee, is going to raise this. No, he just calls. Again, amygdalus is just calling. Amygdalus is confident he has him beat. I mean, a 10 ace is scary here. Dart doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have the best hand. Amygdalus, I guarantee, is going to bet. And then Dart's going to be in a position to call or fold. Because, again, all in. Dart has a tough decision. Does he think his queen is good? I mean, we know he needs to fold, but Dart doesn't know that. He's in for a lot of chips. He's put a lot of chips in this
into this pile here, and he calls and he's knocked out, and that's it. Dart wins it for $500 million or 500,000. Yay for Amygdalus, I guess. So what was it? What was the payout for Amygdalus? Well, he got the 74,000 bounty, and oh no, that's not telling me the payout. Here's the payout. So they both got 48,000, but he got 48,000 plus 171 plus 70. Oh wow, plus like another 200,000. Well, I think they only get half the bounty. So 150,000 approximately. So Amygdalus got about $550,000 there. I mean, dang, I would be able to pay off my house if I won that. Unfortunately, I didn't. I'm just watching. I'm just an observer. So that's it. I see some people have hopped into the stream here. Thank you for stopping by and watching the exciting final table of this. And, I'll try to find the time to do some more